And just get comfortable here. And start to let everything become in a state of ease and quiet. Just closing the eyes. Rest the hands on the lap. Relax the shoulders. Feel your tailbone lengthening. And just start to breathe through the nostrils and slow down your breath. And let the mind get quieter. Just taking the time to notice each and every moment of the breath. Noticing as it rises from the floor all the way to the top of the breath. And notice when you exhale, as it descends from the top to the bottom. So you can think about the breath like an elevator that's moving up and down really slow, one floor at a time. The bottom floor, all the way up to the rooftop. And then as it descends, as you exhale, think about that elevator moving really slow, one floor at a time, all the way from the rooftop to the basement. And if the thoughts push their way in, just push them back out for the moment. And just start to gently open the eyes. Let's walk forward into hands and knees for the moment and just stretch back one foot at a time and shift a little bit. Bring the blood flow back into the joints. Lower the right knee and step back the left foot and shift. Good. Now lower the left knee to the mat, and with your toes curled under, let's sit back on the heels and give the feet a little bit of a stretch. You can take a moment and spread the toes out. Rest the hands on the lap and sink your weight back into the heels. A little pressure into the balls of the feet. Good, and let's just come to seated. We're gonna go nice and deep into our hips today. Take the feet together, the knees nice and wide. Let's start out with a nice, easy, gentle version of the pose. Push the feet forward, let the knees drop out, and let the forearms rest on the inner knees with the spine round, let the head sink. Just a little bit of pressure on the knees, just easing them closer to the floor. The head drop. Now breathe into the back body. That spaciousness you're making in the lungs at the back of the rib cage. And then begin to rise back up to seated. Pull your heels just a little bit closer. And we're going to grab onto the feet. You're going to bring your thumbs into kidney number 1. It's this little indentation in the ball mounds of the feet. Just press deeply into those points. As you start to sink down, take a deeper pose. Ease the head closer to the floor. Ease up the thighs. Don't tense them up. Let the knees just drop out. Don't tense your shoulders up. Remember, your shoulders are always going to react to what's going on in your hips. So once you feel your hips start to open and come to ease, then bring your awareness to your shoulders. And bring them to a state of ease and rest. And now let's breathe into the kidney area. as we press into the kidney point. And this is the space at the base of the lungs, at the back of the rib cage. As we start to rise up, we're going to go a bit deeper into the hips, more into the groin area. Bring the heels closer. You're going to walk your sit bones back and a little lower to the floor. I'm going to walk the hands out further in front of the toes. Take a nice deep forward stretch and then settle and sink. Notice what tenses up. Usually it's the inner thighs here. Let that just soften. Let the shoulders soften. Let the head hang heavier. Just breathe up and down the spine. See if you can let go a little bit more with each breath. Keep the breath slow. And this is not a time to allow the mind to wander. This is, you want to keep yourself in a state of quiet and peace. So try to attach your awareness entirely on your breath. Start to release and rise up to seated. You're going to remain here, pushing the feet forward just a little bit. It's releasing the hips, or you can cross the legs, but what we're going to do is bring this into a back bend, either using your bolster or using your blocks. So you would bring yourself right up against the bolster with the legs crossed or the feet in butterfly, the legs in butterfly. And just bring it really close, come all the way down. And if you're using the blocks instead, that's fine too. And it's nice to use the blocks, especially if you have a little more tension in your shoulders, right? And you would just make those blocks in a T shape, either flat or high. And find a comfortable spot. That space between the shoulder blades. Not so low, it's in the curve of the spine. Not so high, it's in the curve of the neck. Right there between the shoulder blades and the trapezius area, and the head resting on the block and the hands nice and wide. Let's just settle here. I want you to just give away everything to the support below you. Notice how you might tense up a little bit. And notice if you just allow your awareness to settle on where you're tensing up, where you're experiencing that it starts to melt and dissipate. And if it's still troubling you, if it's still not going away, just by resting the awareness there, and you visualize sending the breath there, breathing into that space. Think about breathing through your bones, that the bones are breathing within the body. And you can find a focal point here as well. These are all just little tools to help you along, to keep the thoughts at bay, keep your awareness deep within. You can bring a focal point in the body, maybe the heart center, maybe the throat, maybe the third eye between the eyebrows, maybe the crown of the head. Maybe you're just breathing with your hips. Let's change the position of the legs, just laying them out long, feet wide. Maybe stretching the arms above the head and back. Breathe into the front of the rib cage here. Start to rise up. So first lift the head from the block, tuck your chin in, raise the hands forward. Use your core or press the floor away. Let's take a quick forward fold here down over the legs with the head sinking. And let's come up to seated. So we're gonna sit with our feet on the mat, our knees bent, right? Feel free to sit on a blanket or a bolster. And you're gonna drop the knees to the right. Spiral the legs out. So making this spiral shape with the legs comfortable. Maybe bringing the right foot a little closer to the thigh. That will help you find a little more release in the hips. Right. So take the right hand behind the right hip and let's curl the fingers over the left hip and sit tall first. Press the floor away with the right hand. Inhale. And exhale, I want you to curl that left hip in towards your right thigh. Just feel what's going on within the hips. Let's just unwind back to sort of squaring forward as best as possible. And again, let's take a nice deep twist to the right. Maybe go a little deeper this time. Good, and then unwind, and we're gonna go all the way around. Bring the hands behind you. Turn around so you can see. This looks like the legs stay in the same position. You might adjust them a little bit, and you walk all the way back, and you rest on the forearm. If you can, right? Maybe both forearms. You kind of find what's gonna work for you here. You can use a bolster, or maybe bring the forearm on a block. Maybe not go so deep if it's too intense for you. Try to find your edge first and just ease your way comfortably into that with the head sink. With everything that's going on in the body, you might start to lock up. Your body starts to react to this kind of fear of the unknown here. Don't judge that. Just notice it, let it settle. Let the shoulders soften, let the heart melt, let the hips open. And breathe into that expansion, spaciousness in your left side body. Start to rise up slow. Take your time, ease your way out. And as you come up to seated, just going to take a little counter stretch to the other side. The right hand comes to the left knee, the left hand placed behind you. Let's push the leg away with the right hand and take a little twist. And you're going to square yourself forward. We're going to take this into a forward fold. If your joints have had enough here, you're just going to straighten this left leg, come into the forward fold that way. Otherwise, you're going to keep this left foot kind of pinned behind you. You can use a bolster here if you want. And just ease your way. First, square your hips nicely. The head drop. Anchor your lower body to the floor. Soften the upper body. Think about the hips unraveling softly from deep within. Breathe through your bones. Start to rise up. Take your support behind you. The bolster, or you can use a rolled up blanket or take a couple of pillows. Keep the legs in the same position unless you feel like you've had enough here, right? You can just arrange this in cross-legged or lengthen the legs out. Otherwise, you stay exactly as you are. You might readjust a little bit. Push your right hip out. Stay nice and square. Pull your support nice and close. All the way down onto the back. So you may need to bring this to more of an incline if this is too intense. Now bring yourself into this nice state of ease using your breath. Think about releasing and softening more and more with every exhale. To rise up nice and slow, lift the head, tuck in your chin, push yourself forward. Just lengthen the legs out. And with the feet about as wide as the mat and the soles of the feet on the floor. Push your sit bones back. Bring yourself to a pelvic tilt. Take a nice deep fold here with a nice rounded spine and a heavy head. Don't be lazy here. Bring yourself to your edge, gently into your edge. You feel that intensity rising up deep within the body. And then you just meet that intensity by deepening your breath. And start to rise up to seated. Walk the feet a little closer. And you're going to drop the knees to the left, spiral out the legs nicely. Right, you're resting your weight into your left hip here. Just arrange yourself so you feel settled. You're going to take your left hand right behind your left hip, kind of like you're using it as a second spine to lift you up taller. Roll your fingers over your right hip. Breathe in and lengthen, and then as you breathe out, take a nice deep rolling inward of that right hip past the left shoulder. Just notice what's happening in your hips. And unwind, square a bit more forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take a nice deeper curling in, a deeper twisting in. Like you're drawing that right hip point closer to your left thigh. And releasing. Now we're going to go all the way around. Right, your feet may slide out a bit. You may feel more release in your hips if you bring your right knee a bit closer to your left foot. This is different for everyone's body because everyone's bones are shaped differently. So you just play with the pose until you find what feels right. You can just stay here with the head sinking. You can use a bolster. You can come all the way down to the forearms, maybe one or both. Maybe adjust the feet. Maybe wiggle in the hips a little bit. Maybe wiggle your shoulders a bit so you make sure you're not locking them up and in. Let yourself sink. Let everything go. Start to rise up and release, slowly unwinding. And as you come up to seated tall, we're just going to take a little counter twist to the other side. Taking the right hand to the left knee, walking the right hand back, pushing the hand into the legs and take a deeper twist. Look past the right shoulder. And then square yourself forward. You're going to take a forward fold here. I want you to make sure that you're comfortable. You may rearrange the hips a bit. You may use a prop if you like. Lengthen as you breathe in and just start to forward fold as you breathe out. Anchor your lower body to the floor. Let everything open, release, and settle. The bones get heavy. Quiet the mind. And slowly rise up to sit. You're going to bring the support behind you. Rearrange the legs if you feel like your joints have had enough here. Your body's starting to tense up and you want to loosen this up. You can straighten the legs, you can cross the legs, or you can keep them right where they are. Just make sure there's no gaps between your support and your body. Pull it really close. Push it down even. And then lower onto the back. You may need to bring yourself up to a higher incline if it's too intense. You can put another bolster beneath you or another pillow or hold a towel. And let it all settle, let it all go. Soft, slow breath. Find what is inside the body that needs attention and just send the breath there. Come up to seated, nice and slow. Lift the head. Push over the floor. Just straighten, lengthen the legs out. Keep the feet nice and wide. And give the knees a wiggle. Back to butterfly shape. Place the hands wrapped together at the back of the skull. And just think the head. Give the neck a stretch. Down the spine. Pull your navel in and up. Start to rise up. We'll bring the legs into tying the knot. You're going to take your right foot, cross it over, so your right knee is stacked above your left. And you can walk it away a little more to tighten it up. Feel free to, if you want to go deeper, also bend the left knee. And you walk the feet apart. Get deep into the hips, walk them back a bit. Sit nice and tall first. You can use a prop here. You can bring the bolster in front of you if you want, or if you want to get deeper into your hip flexors, just walk the hands out and let the head rest. And let the body come into a nice state of relaxed calm here. Not reacting to the pose, just melting into it. Slowing down the breath, slowing down the thoughts. And we'll slowly rise up. And we'll untangle and switch. Left knee over right. You can keep the right leg straight if it's too intense. Tie everything up tight. Get deep into the pelvis. Push the sit bones back. Sit nice and tall. Anchor. And then from there, lengthen out. You can use a prop here if you want. Everything round forward. Let everything soften. Let go of any efforting in the body. And just focus on the breath. Release your pose, rise up, and untangle. Shake it out. We're going to use our block for supported bridge. You don't need the block if you prefer to not go so deep, right? We just come onto the back and bring that block right under the sacrum, either long down the sacrum or wide across the hips. And you choose the arrangement of the legs here, whether you want to keep your feet on the floor, or you come to cross legs or butterfly or wide feet. And find that perfect spot for you where you feel supported and you feel a nice release within the hips. And walk your shoulders apart too. Spread the shoulders out. You can rest the hands on the belly or ribs or down at your side. Just customize this according to whatever you want or need in this moment. And then bring the gaze inward with the lids closed. Breathing into whatever focal point you choose, whether it's third eye, could be root chakra, could be heart chakra, solar plexus. Making the breath a little bit slower. Start to adjust the knees up. Bring the hands down to your side and you're going to draw little circles on the ceiling with the knees. And go the other way. And give the knees a little hug. Lower the feet to the floor, raise the hips in the air. You're just going to take the block off to the side. And again, as you lower your back down onto the mat, give your knees a little hug again. Raise the feet in the air. Take a yogi toe lock, happy baby, or just wrap the hands under the knees. Pull the feet out wide, lengthen the legs out long, and maybe rock a little bit here. And hug your knees in, give them a squeeze. Drop the legs to the right, lengthen the left arm, stretch the left arm out, and turn to look at the left hand. And let everything soften and unravel. And let's hug the knees in. Bring the twist to the other side. Lengthen the right hand out with the legs drop to the left. Turn to look at the right hand. Let yourself soften into this. Hold on to the back of the knees, hug them in, squeeze them. Lift the head from the floor and ease your way up to seated. Let's take Shavasana. So prop yourself up using your pot. You can use your bolster to rest your legs on, blanket to rest the head. Use another blanket to cover yourself. You can cover the eyes. Get really comfortable here. Make sure you feel really relaxed and supported here. Tuck the blanket around the head. Get yourself nicely into the blanket covering your body. Wiggle around and get low. And allow yourself to feel safe. Allow yourself to come to a state of surrender. Relax your face, let your jaw go slack. Your eyeballs sink. The skin of the face soften. Your scalp soften. Let your tongue get heavy. Feel the hinges of the jaw softening. Feel the gentle and subtle vibrations in your throat. Feel your chest softly rising and falling with your breath, and allow your heart to soften. Your limbs are getting heavier and heavier. Relax your hands and connect to the subtle vibrations and pulsations in the very tips of your fingers. Trace your awareness up and down the spine from your mind's eye, tracing through each vertebrae. Feel your ribs rising and falling with your breath. Allow your organs to just settle into the pelvic floor. Allow your hips to unravel. Feel the heels of your feet growing heavier and your toes getting lighter and softer. Feel the entirety of your physical body. The breath will begin out of the body, filling every cell with oxygen. Every cell releasing of oxygen as you breathe out. Just feel that exchange with the universe as you breathe in. Trees breathe out as you breathe out. The trees breathe in. Experience your energetic body very gently vibrating within your physical body. That anything negative, unnecessary, unneeded, or unwanted in physical and energetic body just ride its way out as you breathe out. And with every in-breath, you're filling yourself with light and healing. Allow yourself to relax a little more and more with each breath you take until you hear the sound of my voice again. Just beginning to gently awaken your body, wiggling around with your fingers and your toes. Nod your head. When you're ready, hug the knees into your chest. Give them a little squeeze and roll into fetal on your right side. Take your time. When you're ready, coming up to seated. Moving slow. Bringing my hands together. Feeling in your practice. Thank you all for coming to share your practice with me today. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Joyce.
See you Friday.
Okay, good luck with the